Hi guys, it's Emily from Jones Design Company, and you're watching Coffee Chat. This is where we talk about maybe the things that if we were sitting having coffee or tea together across from the table from each other, maybe we would talk about some of these things. So I got my hair cut a few weeks ago. In fact, the last Coffee Chat that I did, I had just had my hair cut and it was up in a ponytail. And to tell you the truth, it has been in a ponytail, or I've worn a hat, or it's been like in a messy bun. I think maybe I've done my hair 3 times since I've had it cut in a couple of weeks. And I think the problem is that when you get so used to having long hair, and my hair is really heavy, so it weighs it all down, that then now my hair is shorter and I really have I don't know what to do with it. It feels really heavy. I took a picture of my haircut and I sent it to my best friend and I'm like, I got a haircut, I don't know if I like it. And she was like, it looks like Rachel from Friends. I'm like, no, that's not what we're going for. That was like 1997. Anyway, so I don't know. I got it cut because it was long, it was overdue for a haircut, and I thought, why not change it up a little bit? I follow a fashion blogger. Her name is Corey. She just moved over. She lived in the Seattle area. She just moved over to the East Coast, and she's darling. So she had super long hair, and she just got it cut, and I thought, oh, okay, well, she used to have long hair, and now it's like a nice medium length. Maybe I'll do it. I'll link to her because I love the clothes that she wears, but she's also beautiful and she's cute. And her haircut is great. And so I thought maybe I could do it like hers, but it's just not really working out. So I've been watching a lot of hair tutorials from a girl named Kate. She writes a blog called the Small Things blog. I think that's what it's called. But her hair tutorials are fantastic, and makeup, and she also is darling. She has about this length of hair. So I'm trying. So Kate, if you're watching, thank you for doing hair tutorials. I need all the help I can get. It'll probably be up in a ponytail like the second this video is done because I just don't know what to do. Okay, what are we going to talk about today? Let me share with you something my goal is to do one of these once a week, and then it just never happens and I get them out like once a month, but I'm trying. I think this might be like 3 weeks. Anyway, so last week I wanted to do it because I wanted to tell you about this study. I don't know if hopefully, I'm sure you've heard of She Reads Truth, but it's a really fantastic group of ladies who are putting together, their whole thing is like women in the Word every day. So they are giving us resources and tools and devotions and these books and plans to go through so that it just encourages us to open up our Bibles and to read what God has to say to us. So the summer study is Romans, and this book, it started on June 5th. So I know we're a few weeks late, but this is the second week that we've been through. So if you're looking for a really great study that you can do on your own, or gather up some of your girlfriends, and they also have a He Reads Truth. So if you have like your husband or a brother or some other man in your life who you want to do something together, I love this resource. So the book it's beautifully laid out. There's pictures. I'm actually using it this time to really journal through it because I'm hoping that it will like sink a little bit deeper if I'm journaling through. So I'm really using this book, but the book is optional. You don't need this. They have everything's for free on their website at She Reads Truth, so you can read through the plan. And if you didn't start on June 5th, you can start at any time. So I would say like get started on Monday or whatever day works for you. And so you can do it there, or I use the app, and I think it's $1.99 for each new study. That's what they're called. Each new study that comes out. And I feel like that $1.99 is worth it. So you read through the scripture and then you read the devotion that they have these fantastic writers just write about what we just read about in scripture. And then on the app, there's a whole comment thread. And I've never really been super interested in reading through the comments, but for some reason with Romans, I feel like I'm getting so much just from the community of other women who are sharing about how they're applying this content into their lives. So that's been super good. Anyway, She Reads Truth Romans study is the summer study. And then I'm actually doing the kids study. So it's Kids Read Truth. They don't have a book and resources for kids for every study, but they did for this summer one. And it is super cute. So it's actually, I'm doing it with Audrey. So every day, right now, the kids are still in school. So every day after school, she comes home and she just does her little page, and it goes along with the study that the adults are learning, and then it just is a cute little activity for kids. So a great activity. She's 7, and I feel like it's very appropriate for her. I don't know that I don't know that like Brady, who's 11, would be quite as into it, but it's great for little kids. That sounded like a total sales pitch, and hopefully it works, because I actually think these are so great. It's friends. Rachel and Amanda are friends of mine in real life, and I just love the resources that they do. And I just know it's hard when you're a busy mom or a woman and you work, or you're just, you know how important it is to be in God's Word, but it's just so helpful to have a community of other people who are doing the same thing as you, and just the resources to know, rather than just like opening your Bible and like flipping through and not knowing where to go. It's great. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Okay, what else did I want to say? Okay, today I'm recording this on Thursday, and then I send it out on Friday. I can't get my phone open, but I sent out an Instagram post saying like, what do you want me to talk about in this coffee chat? And so there were a few comments that I wanted to answer. So the first one is from Hello Tin, and it says, what were you like as a little kid? And that was the first question on this, and I love it. When I was a little kid, I was very, very, very shy, and so pretty quiet. I'm the middle child, and I don't know like what typical birth order is, but I just kind of went under the radar a little bit, and my whole goal was like, please everyone, and do not ever disappoint anyone. And so I was just like a good little girl. I did ballet, and so I was very like quiet and disciplined, and I loved ballet and was great at school, and was really shy. And I feel like I didn't maybe come out of my shell maybe until college a little bit more, where I was a roommate with she became my best friend, but with Casey, who knew so well how to talk to other people. And I learned a lot about the art of like having a conversation and asking questions and engaging. And I think that pulled me out of my shell a little bit. So I would still say I'm definitely introverted. I could be shy when I'm around people who I don't know, but I've learned how to be a little bit more open and engaging, and hopefully personable. So that's what I was like as a little kid. I'm not maybe that much different. I still am. I still love to please people, and it's something I'm still working through. I'm getting there. What important lessons were a part of your family growing up that you're now passing on to your kids? I think this is a fun question. And the first one that popped into my head is that the Jones family, that was the family I grew up in, we were all about family. And so my cousins were basically my brother and sisters, and we just did everything together. So vacations and weekends and birthdays and holidays were always just a really big deal. So I feel like that's something that my sisters and I feel like is really important. In fact, my younger sister is coming over this weekend. She and her husband and the kids are going to come spend the night. So even though we all live about an hour and a half away from each other, it's just hard to coordinate our schedules. We have a lot of kids and trying to get together, but it's a value for sure that we're trying to pass on to our kids. And I mean, they love their cousins, so it's working. If you could live anywhere else in the US, where would it be? I'd love to say I'd live in the South. Maybe when we traveled last summer, we went to Charleston and we loved it there. So maybe I would choose that. I think I could adopt like the Southern culture and the Southern like drawl in your voice. I love it. I love the South, but I also think the reality is that I'm born and raised West Coast, Pacific Northwest girl, and I don't know that the South would feel like home to me. So I think if I had to move somewhere other than the Seattle area, I would probably say like the northern central coast of California, if that's a thing, like Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo. Let's say that. It's gorgeous, and it's California, and it's warm, and there's the water there. So I'm a water girl more than a mountain girl. Alfie67410 says, how are the chickens? the chickens are good. They're growing. They're supposed to be laying, I think I had it on my calendar for like next week. So I think they should be laying eggs pretty soon. Every day we let them out of their coop and they just bolt around the yard and kind of hang out in the yard all day long. And then at around like 5:30 or 6, they put themselves to bed, walk back up to their coop, go get into their little nesting things, and then we just go out and close the door. They are super easy and they're fun. I want to write a blog post. I'll show you our chicken coop. I'll give you an update. I'll take pictures. But they're like fully grown chickens and they just wander around the yard pecking at things. They're kind of weird. And Atlas, who is in here with me, I'm glad he hasn't barked yet. He has not bothered. He's a Labradoodle. He's a great dog. He's kind of obnoxious, but he hasn't bothered the chickens. So it's been good so far. What do your kids do to stay busy during the summer and off electronics? That is a good question. Our summer starts, the kids get out of school next Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. I'm okay with some electronics. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I want some downtime too. And so I don't have an issue with some electronic use. The kids are pretty creative and they do fine with it. Brady, my second, is not into video games, so he kind of chooses not to. And then Audrey, she'll play a little bit, but she's not that into it. But my oldest and youngest, or oldest and third, they play a little bit more. And I don't know, it's okay. But I think the things that we would like to do is we'd like to do reading all summer. So we'll head to the library and get as many books as we can. And they all like to read-ish, so we'll just make that be kind of a regular part of our schedule. And then my kids just love to play with friends. So I have a feeling that we're just gonna have a rotating door of friends coming and going, and my kids hanging out with friends. They're just very social kids who love to hang out in groups. So a lot of trampoline jumping and water guns, and our really good friends live on the water just a few minutes away. So I'm sure we'll kind of trade houses. Like we'll half the time be over at their house playing on the water, and then half the time be at our house because we have a really big yard and woods and a trampoline. And so we'll be back and forth a lot, but we'll be doing a lot of friends. What are you cooking for your family to eat? That's a great question. We still use the service called HelloFresh. We've used it for, I think, 3 years. It's one of those, they send you the box with your 3 meals in it and all of the ingredients that you need for it, and then you just kind of chop everything and cook everything. And it's been an absolute lifesaver for our family. We are just now at the point where we order the family meal, so it says that it feeds 4 people, and we've been able to get by with feeding 6 people on the 4 people plan for the last 3 years, but we're just now getting to the point where we never have leftovers, and it's probably not quite enough food for our family. I do have 3 boys, and the oldest is 13, and he's eating a lot more now. So that is what we have been using. We're talking about switching, which I don't want to at all, because I love having my meals they tell me exactly what to make, and then I can make them, and I like that. But I think we'll probably this summer go to like every Monday we have burgers, every Tuesday we have tacos, every Wednesday we have whatever. Meals are just, it's not my strong suit, but the summer I think makes it easier just because it's a little more casual. We can grill and have a salad pretty much every night. So that's what we're cooking to eat. Someone says, what is it like for you being a mom of 4? She has 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 girl, just like me. And her oldest is 8 and youngest is 1. Any insights you've picked up along the way? Love this question. I feel like 4 kids is a lot, and I love it. The kids, Ethan, my oldest, was at a youth, where was he? Oh, he was at a friend's party all weekend, and then my second one was at a youth group thing all weekend. And so we just had 2 little kids, and it was so weird to just have 2. And I mean, nice, because anytime you have 1 less kid or 2 less kids, it always feels like, oh, this is crazy. We love having 4. And to you, Amy, who has an 8-year-old all the way down to a 1-year-old, I'll just say those are really busy times and really exhausting times, and it gets easier. And I think right now we're in kind of this golden age. I've heard other moms who are ahead of me say this, that the ages where my kids are right now, they're 13, 11, 9, and 7. And they're very self-sufficient, and they still like to hang out with me, and they're generally respectful and fun to be around. And so they're great. Like, we just don't have a lot of attitude issues. We don't have a lot of like massive fighting. And so it is different. I mean, when they were little, going to the grocery store was so hard with all of them, and now it's not that big of a deal. So it gets easier, and I love it. I love having 4. I like that there's kind of always something going on. The kids like to play with friends, and so there always seems like there's big group games, but I don't know if I have any massive insights. I think it's just, you just have to keep enjoying the season that you're in and give yourself a whole lot of grace, because a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old is very different than having a 7 and 9, 11 and 13-year-old. They get a little bit easier. Okay, this one's funny. Monica Monhub, I think her name is Monica, places to get shorts that aren't the size of underwear for my 7-year-old. Is that not the truth? Like, I feel like the style right now, these shorts are so short, and I am not a shorts girl. I am doing a summer fashion post. I've been saying I'm doing a summer fashion post for the last month, and I wanted to have it done in early June. And here's the thing, I'm dragging my feet on it because I just don't love summer clothes. So I'm waiting kind of for the sun to come out and for it to feel a little more summery around here, and also for me to have summer clothes that I like wearing. So I have bought a few pair of shorts for this summer fashion post, and then hopefully I will wear them. I don't like wearing shorts because I'm so pale, and so last time I talked about this sunless tanner, so hopefully that's happening. But I have grabbed a few shorts, so let me show you what I have. I'm kind of spoiling the fashion post. I think I'll try to have it up next week. So you'll probably see these on repeat, but here's a pair of shorts. They are from the Loft, and they're not super short. They're not super long like Bermuda, and they're fun. They're gingham. So that's one option. I think the key is that you can't shop at places where they make clothes for teenagers. Otherwise, you're gonna get super, super short underwear for 7-year-old kind of shorts. I think you have to just start shopping. I still shop. I mean, these are from the Gap. These are cut-off shorts. They are, I'll show them next week in the picture. I can't decide if I like rolled up jean shorts. It feels very 90s, which is kind of what's happening in fashion right now. But I know some of my girlfriends that have like these awesome looking legs and they're tan. They just wear really short cut-off shorts. I just don't feel like I can do it. So these are a little bit longer. So those are from the Gap. These are from, let's see, J. Crew, I think the factory store, and I just loved the little scallop edge on them. So these again, those are it's a good mom short, I think. And the last one, these are also from J. Crew factory store, and these are like elastic waist, and they have little pockets. I have the skirt that's the same style as this, but this is the shorts version. And so hopefully I'll link to all of these, and then I'll do the summer fashion post next week, so you can see them all in action. We'll see if I can get to it. Okay, I'll answer, let's see, one more question. How about favorite things? Your favorite clothes, podcasts, products, etc. How about podcasts? 2 favorite podcasts that I have right now. Actually, I'm going to say 3. So one that I love is Annie Downs does a podcast called That Sounds Fun. I love her. She's hilarious, and I like the interviews that she does. So I love hearing people's stories, and she brings that out in people. So I like those conversations. So That Sounds Fun. And then a new one, Rachel Hollis, who is adorable, and she has a new podcast that's called Deus, and it's really more of a business podcast. So it's just about finding your platform and then what to do once you have that platform. I think a lot of business podcasts, which I don't listen to, I would say I don't listen to them, but most business podcasts are geared towards like male entrepreneurs, it seems like. And so she is doing one that's just a little bit more like generic. It could be a male or a female, but I think she's mostly focusing on female. But I don't know. I like her stance on kind of what she's talking about. So I've listened to a couple of those this week, and I like it. And then the kids, they roll their eyes when I try to put on one of my podcasts in the car. And so I was searching for a kid podcast, and we came across a new one from NPR, and it is called Wow in the World. It's sort of a science, kind of a science podcast, but it's produced really well, and it's fun sound effects and cute little kids in it and stuff. So that one is really fun. Wow in the World. Those are all great. Okay, you guys, As always, I've talked your ears off, but I like answering those questions. Those are fun. Hey, don't forget that there are 2 sales going on. The penmanship class is currently on sale for 20% off, and I'm extending that until Monday. And then the shop, my JDC Goods shop that has all sorts of cute things, this little mug and t-shirts, pens, journals, picture frames. There's new picture frames that are great. They're super cheap, metal, thin gold metal. And so we have all of those things, and those are on sale for 15% off with code yes please. And that, I think I'm also going to extend that till Monday. So then it will give everyone a chance to shop this weekend and grab what you need to. Happy Father's Day to all of the men out there, and I hope that you have a great weekend.